Your fair start to the Roosters' career. You signed in 2010, you're playing a grand final. A couple of years later, you win your first premiership in 2013, which is Trent's first year. It's a fair start to your Roosters' career.
Yeah. We obviously had Trent as an assistant coach in 2010. He come from Newcastle with Brian, and mate, we loved it. You know, we had such a great year, and obviously he went away for 2 years to coach over in France. But to have him back in 2013 and then to recruit a few guys like we did, just started something really special. Created a really cool environment to be around. We talk about the culture. I feel like 2013 was a really good start for us.
And what kind of impact has Trent had on you as a footballer and a man? Because you've been side by side for your entire time, basically.
He's been a mentor, you know. He's been a real guide for me, a guy that's challenged me physically, mentally, and I've definitely maximised everything that I feel like I've had and I've gotten. So, yeah, I'm really thankful for Robbo. He's been a really good mate and also a really good mentor.
We've lived a footy life together. So, you know, spending, 13 seasons together, coach and player, but we've become friends, and that means real honesty for us. The ability to tell him the truth, but also care for him, put an arm around him, but also lean on him. I've leaned on him out of those 300 games. I think we talked the other day that about 250 of them I've had to coach him, and I've had to lean on him in many different occasions. But people see the games, but at training sessions, he's coached more front rowers than I have in my time, and he's still doing it right up to this day, where he's forming guys by the way that he trains and contacts and discusses the code of the front rower with them.
The Smith passes to Coruscant, kick over the top, but a penalty here to the Tigers.
Trouble in the background.
Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, some of the big boys, they're rolling around in the mud pit.
Now, do you realise that we should be celebrating game 330-odd because you've basically been suspended for a whole season?
Yeah, I do realise that, mate. It's
You spend more time at judiciary than most others.
Mate, it's yeah, I guess someone's got to do it, right, mate? I think that's the role I play. Someone was telling me I've been charged 36 or 37 times throughout my career, and look, I'm not proud of, you know, those type of accolades, but you know, as I said before, like, it's a role that I play, and I'm proud of that role.
Is there one you regret? Just come on, one where you thought, nah, I probably shouldn't have done that one.
I reckon there was one that I should have done, was when I played you in 2009 down at Etihad Stadium. You guys flogged us, but yeah, I wish I got you there.
It's given away there. Oh my goodness, that's a massive hit by Hargreaves on Sauasu Su.
In all seriousness, you play on the line, on the edge of it every time, but what makes you tick when you put that Roosters jersey on?
Mate, probably who I represent, you know. I think, like I was saying before, I spoke about me being proud, right? My culture, who I represent, and, mate, I think you form these bonds and relationships with the guys that are next to you. You want to be responsible, or that guy that says, hey, I've got your back. And I think getting it from mum and dad and my Māori heritage, I think for me it's a real simple thing, you know. It's a thing that I really try to balance early in my career. But yeah, I love my role, mate, and I love knowing that my players or my teammates know that I have their back.
17 is Anderson. Oh, Waerea-Hargreaves. He pulled off a bell ringer there.
So those who don't know you probably see the lunatic on the field, and those who know you see the family man at heart. Those two personalities, where they come from, and do they operate at the same time or different times?
Nah, definitely different, mate. I think that's the thing that I really enjoy, you know. I love who I am at work and what role I play, but man, I love going home, eh? I love going home and being a father to my 3 beautiful babies, being a husband to my beautiful wife, and man, I couldn't have done it without my wife, honestly. Like, she's the glue, she's the rock, and she has to put up with everything that I go through, you know, and just so grateful, mate, for what she's done, and she's been there since day one, and truly has been the glue for our family.
Yeah, she deserves absolute medal to wake up next to you most mornings. But the thing about your football, right? Like, you've got this presence, you've got this leadership, you've got this aura. Does it come naturally, or have you had to work harder over time?
Yeah, I feel like it's come naturally, but I've had a lot of guys throughout my career, like I said earlier, you know, guide me through 15 years of being a Rooster, you know, being a man, being a leader. And I've had guys that I've been fortunate to lean on, you know, and yeah, I feel like it's come naturally. I've had to work in certain areas, but experience and years go on, and I think you learn either the hard way or naturally.
Yeah, so I spoke to a lot of current and former teammates of yours trying to pick out what's the moment that you know, represents Jared as a footy player, and they all said the time that you've played 80 minutes, when the club was on its knees and needed someone to stand up, Jared always stood up.
Oh, that's for Solomona. With Waerea-Hargreaves wanted him. It took just one tackle for this to flare up.
Where's that will, desire, determination come from?
It's who I represent, you know. I care so much about this place. I care so much about my teammates. And you just want to win. You know, you want to do absolutely everything you can. You want to maximise whatever, I guess, whatever you have within physically, squeezing every bit of juice out of the lemon. Mate, I just love getting out there and trying to compete every single day.
When I think about the greatest props in the game and the greatest Roosters of all time, I automatically think of Ray Steer, Arthur Beats and Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. That's, you know, Ray Steer played at 16, one of the toughest Roosters and football players ever to play from a young age. I think 5 premierships. Arthur Beatson changed the game. And then Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, who changed the way that props attack the game, the way that they affect their club, the way that they can be a firebrand and attack the opposition, stay just below the line most of the time, but then also guide and develop players around him. Yeah, that's been Jared for the history of our club. They're the 3 guys I think of when I think of the props in our game.
There's one person that sits on the edge of his seat every time he watches you. That's Nick. What kind of impact has he had on you and this football club?
He's everything here at the club, mate. Honestly, without Nick, he wouldn't have been able to give us any of these opportunities, travelling, going on these camps, whatever we sort of want to do. But mate, he's been so supportive for me personally, and us as a club, we're truly grateful, eh?
And after your 300 Roosters game on this field down here, he came down, you shared a pretty special moment on the field together.
Yeah, it was nice, mate. It was nice. Those moments don't really happen too often, especially out there, but to share a moment like we did is something that I'll cherish forever.
Nick, Jared breaks the record for the most amount of games played for your beloved Roosters. What does he mean to you and your footy club?
Well, it means everything. I think he'll go down in history as one of our legends. If you look around, we've got photographs of some of the greats. In years to come, people are going to walk in this room and they're going to see Jared Hargreaves. That's what he means to us.
You signed Jared in 2010. Why'd you sign him?
As now you can see him when he struts on the field, he looks like a warrior. In fact, he reminds me of the Vikings, you know, with a beard. And he's got great leadership qualities. A lot of people probably mistake and see him a bit differently. They see him as maybe a dirty player, but he's definitely not a dirty player. he plays strong and aggressive, which front row forwards should be, but he's a gentle giant off the field. He's a great person, great family person. He's great to have around the club with the younger players.
And you hardly ever miss a game, so what's your fondest memory of Jared in the red, white and blue jersey?
Well, I think it might still to come, I think. Looking forward to him playing in this year's grand final.
So Jared can do it again for the Roosters this year?
I think so. I think we're going to go well.
So you're front rower, basically all you do is make tackles and take hit-ups, but you won 3 premiership. You turned out all right.
Simple, right?
Yeah, not bad, it's not hard.
Just keep it simple and just listen to guys like yourself on what to do and just try and execute it.
But obviously 18 and 19 was special for you, but after 2019, there was a real emotion around the original crew of Roosters. I talk about you, Robbo, Boyd, Friendy, Orbison. That obviously meant a lot to the original crew.
Well, it was special for all of us, mate, honestly, like creating history there in 19. You know, just doing something really special as a group with some special guys is something that I guess we'll all cherish forever, yeah.
And were you seconds away from getting the Clive Churchill medal?
I was on the stage.
You were going to get it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was on the stage. And they said, oh, get off. I was like, no dramas, man. It's all good.
The achievements, right? So this record, what does it mean to Jared the man to hit this milestone?
Yeah, I guess it's a huge honour, right? It's such a proud moment for myself and family, but also what this club means to me, what this club has done for me. The games, you know, I'm just so grateful to play 15 years here at the club, but yeah, I guess I'll reflect on the career when I'm finished, and hopefully my kids can be really proud and my family be really proud, but that's why I do it, mate. That's why I do it. I do it because I love it. I do it because I love this place. And I do it because I love my family.
Jared, who takes them on. He gets to the line. Well, it wouldn't be Jared Waerea-Hargreaves' milestone game without him coming out of the line and collecting somebody. This is part of the script today. Jared Waerea-Hargreaves goes to the sin bin. You can hear the impact all the way up here in the commentary box. Jared is there, drags him to ground, blood flowing. He looks like a Roosters version of Braveheart.
Bit of blood, bit of sin bin on report. He's done it all today in his milestone game. Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. The crowd supporting the big Warriors. He leaves the field.
He's not even wiping it. Look, he's leaving it. Have a look at this. That's flowing. Oh, all smiles as he made his way from the field there, and he got the standing ovation from the Roosters fans of this modern Coliseum. But the chant has gone up for Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. He's been the ultimate warrior for the Roosters. Today, he became the ultimate Rooster.